income earning, you're going to go to for the best product, will you not?
Yeah.
And men who are high earners see women like that, or ladies or girls, whatever terminology you want to give it, like that as low products, low cost products. They might splurge in order to lay with them, have sex with them. I've been there, I've done it many times. So I understand why men do it. It's ego more than anything. It's our ego to conquer women that we know are trash. Let me clear my throat. Hey. All right. All right. What are we getting into tonight? Or today, rather. What kind of trouble are we getting into today? Let me type it up real quick. All right, let me type one more up. Here we go. All right. So let's get them in here. We'll sit around and wait if we got to. I know I ain't supposed to be in here on no Saturday, but I'm here. So y'all better get up in here. This is a makeup from yesterday's show. Since we missed Friday night. Oh man, I was tired as hell. Worked all day online. Worked like damn near 10 hours straight. Trying to do what a president and CEO is supposed to do. Especially after waiting 2 weeks of doing no work at all. See guys, sitting home and so-called not having to work is not everything that it's caked up to be, believe me. Some days I'd rather just be out and about doing 8 hours and knowing I come home and I'm free. Some days you turn around, gotta work 10, 12 hours straight, dealing with paperwork, data, this, that, and the other. It's tiring. Okay, today's show we're talking about thirst traps. Thirst traps or thirst trapping, how to tell if she's for the streets. She's for the streets. And what made me think about this is the debate over the Russell Wilson and the Ciara's prayer type of man that a lot of these girls are out here saying that they're looking for. See, Russell is an anomaly. It's not an everything thing. I like Russ, one of my favorite quarterbacks. But as far as who he chose, see, I said this years ago that this is going to be a 10-year experience that my man is going to have to go through and come to the realization that his girl, his woman, his wife been for the streets all along. She got him that way. She maintained that behavior even till now. Twerking on top of cars at gas stations, twerking overseas. The same behavior that was there before she married remains there. So him saying that he came into her life, that he may save her from what? Save her from herself? Because that has not been the case. The thing is, when someone is for the streets, they remain for the streets. The streets are undefeated. So, thirst trapping. We know what it is, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But I wanna hear you guys. I wanna hear from you guys what you think thirst trapping is, so that we can get into this conversation. We got a guest already. Let's see who we got up here. What is going on here? All right, I don't know who that was, but give me a second. All right, thought I heard her crying. All right, as we were saying, thirst trapping. See, there's a particular category of women that we know of, just like there's a category of men that we know of. But the thirst trappers are the ones that you mainly see on the IG, posting up on Facebook or TikTok or whatever it may be. See, you have a lot of people who a lot of men will call simps, who always want to play Captain Save-A-Ho. And that's what it's like the worst type of mix of a relationship that you could possibly ask for, aside from domestic violence. A Captain Save-A-Ho versus a thirst trap. So what happens with that? You get a man who sees a beautiful woman that he's attracted to. She's posting all over social media, body half naked, this, that, and the other. He says, she's so beautiful. I want her. I desire her. I want to lay with her. I want to marry her. And that's where the problem comes in. Instead of cutting it off where it needs to be cut off, dating, sleeping, laying, ends there. But you get some simpleton of a man that go to these type of females, into relationships, and think that I could change her. That even though when I met her, she was pretty much selling herself, selling her body all through social media, meaning all throughout the world for any on-takers. This is the mindset of the person. But I believe that I could change that. You see, nobody could change anybody. People change when they're willing and desire to change. You can't change a person who's not at that point in their life. And that's where we get it mixed up. And even when I have clients that come in that I do counseling with, it's the same thing. A lot of people are in relationships where they're steadily trying to change people, be it man or woman, trying to change people. But people cannot change because of you. People can only change when they're at that particular place in their journey. And for most people, they don't cross that journey until past their 40s, be it man or woman. And that's the truth. But we get into these relationships with, say, like, I'm a man and I find a particular woman attractive on social media. I'm like, damn, she's fine. But I understand that she's not going to be up to my speed as far as being a wife. There's nothing wrong with that. She's not there in her journey. Some of you guys may be. But you have to know when to cut it off and cut it short. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. Are you playing games with me?
No, I was like, I didn't understand what was wrong with my phone.
I don't know. You showed me around your bedroom and the whole nine.
No, I was trying to like switch back to the other side. The phone was hanging.
It was hanging.
Good evening.
Good evening. Who are you?
My name is Essay. Essay Miracle.
Essay.
Yes.
Essay like a
Or you can
Latino.
come.
Like, yo, Essay.
No, that's my native name. You can call me Miracle.
We'll call you Miracle then. Okay. That's what's up. Good day, Miracle. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Fine. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Nigeria, Delta State.
Delta State. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Delta State, some of the finest women in the entire world. Yes,
Wow.
yes, yes. Yes, I know. I know. All right.
Thank
Miracle,
you.
as we're going to call you. Today we're talking about thirst traps. You're from Nigeria, so you probably don't know American football. You know, have you ever heard of Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson,
Nope.
but you heard of Ciara?
Nope. Nope.
God damn. Talk about being two worlds apart. All right, we're gonna do it like this. All right, do you know what thirst trapping is?
Nope.
Take a guess. Thirst trap. What do it sound like to you?
Test trap. I don't know. I don't have an idea. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it before.
Okay, if I say she's for the streets, what do that mean?
She's for the street.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, maybe she's someone that is never satisfied with something. Or
Speak up, I can't hear you.
Maybe she's the type that is never satisfied or she cheats a lot.
Yeah, so
I don't
she's
know.
for the streets. And those who are for
Yeah.
the streets are normally thirst trappers. A thirst trapper is someone who solicits herself on social media, be it IG, YouTube, whatever it may be. Any platform on social media, half-naked photos, photos of their ass or breasts all day, every day. So the majority of their photos will focus on their body parts rather than anything else. And with that, you get men out here who are thirsty, what we call thirsty men, simpletons. So the female, the thirst trapper, is like she's setting up bait. You know how you go fishing, you put a bait on a hook and you drop it in the sea, in the ocean, and you roll it back in and you see how many you could, bring back, or a fish or net. It's the same thing. So it's the same exact logic, I would say. This is to entice men who will give her the attention that she desires. Unfortunately, it brings the wrong type of attention 100% of the time. When have you seen women who find husbands by playing themselves on social media to be nude all the time or halfway nude, and find a good, decent man who's a provider, protector, and a leader, and it become a lasting, healthy relationship? Is that reasonable to think that that's possible? Hmm? You tell me how. That's why I set it up that way, so that you would say yes. Tell me, why is it reasonable to expect a female who continually promote her body online over everything else and expect to get a decent husband?
Some women, they expose themselves.
You got to speak up, Miracle.
Okay. Some women, they expose themselves.
Miracle, we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. I said some women, they do expose themselves on social media through their pictures, videos, not because they want to sell themselves out. Some women, they actually feel comfortable expressing themselves that way by exposing themselves. I don't know, they call it body positivity. I don't know.
So
And
you're telling
they
no.
still
Back it up, because I don't want to lose what you just said. I'm gonna let you speak, but I just want to make sure I understand. You said that they promote their bodies online in order to experience themselves.
yes, that's what some of them say.
I'm trying. I'm not. I'm not. I don't see where that makes sense though. So before the internet was here 10 years ago, how did women experience themselves, as you say, or express themselves back then?
Yes, they can through different ways.
Huh?
Yes, they can, but through other means, through other ways. But now this is the new way they do things now. So That's what they say. When you ask them, they'll tell you they're expressing themselves, they are showing their body, they are showing their naturality. I don't know. That's what they say.
Do you do it? I'm asking.
Huh?
I said, do you do it?
No, I don't.
So why don't you? Versus the others.
First of all, I don't judge those who do it. And
I didn't, we're
secondly,
not
I'm
talking
not
about that. I said, why don't you do it? Let's not speak about
okay.
anybody else.
Is against my morals.
Morals being what?
I don't like exposing myself.
Do you see it as a negative or positive?
I see it as positive because, like you said, me exposing myself on my pictures by the clothes I wear on social media, it will bring the wrong impression. It will bring
So
the
you see it
wrong
as a
people to
negative.
my side.
But yeah, I get you.
Yes,
I get you. Do you understand? But a lot of these girls don't understand that 10, 20 years later, these pictures, these videos all remain online. So when your children are 10, 20 years old, they're going to see this continually. When you go out to search a husband or seek a husband, he's going to see this continuously. Now, what type of husband could a woman expect to have when her body pictures is all online for the whole world to see and every man can thirst over?
wow.
No, think about it.
I feel
Think most women want highly productive men. Some of you call them rich men or very high earning men, right? Powerful men,
yes,
leading men, men who are leaders, men who are protectors, right? Every woman wants that,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Do these men typically choose the type of woman who are plastered all over social media half naked?
I don't understand.
Do these type of men, the strong men of the world, do the strong men of the world normally choose women who solicit their body all over social media or not?
No, they don't.
What type of men do these women end up with? Do you know?
They end up with men that are not serious, men that are flirty, men that are cheating on their wives. They don't end up with
Absolutely.
any serious man. Yeah.
But what a lot of girls see, some conversations that I have on here are just to make light or make fun of things. But some days I actually get on here and do want to do, real teaching. So people could have some more insight to what their future outcome is going to look like. When you're on social media and you're being a thirst trapper, your body is half nude, your provocative dancing, this, that, and the other, it's your right to do it. No one can take that right away from you. It's a free world in that sense. But the outcome of that is the very outcome that always, always, always come to play. When you send out that message to the world, it's like the animal kingdom. In the animal kingdom, when two animals are about to breed or mate, they send signals out to each other to let them know, okay, it's time when we want to mate. So in the human kingdom, when women like that or girls like that send that message out to, it's like a signal. They send that signal out that I need attention. I'm seeking for attention. I want to breed. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be with someone. I want someone to want me, someone to desire me. They will. But the type of men or boys that attract are just what you said. Those who will not ever take you serious. Not serious enough to be a provider or protector and a leader to you. So, like I said, free country. But ladies need to understand that what you want to get back in return is what you're going to get back in return. Everything in life is like shopping at a supermarket. I'd say this all the time now. Relationship is like a business transaction. The more money a man makes, the better product he's going to purchase. If you're low income earning, you're going to only get what you can afford to get. If you're high income earning, you're going to go for the best product, will you not?
Yeah.
And men who are high earners see women like that, or ladies or girls, whatever terminology you want to give it, like that as low products, low cost products. They might splurge in order to lay with them, have sex with them. I've been there, I've done it many times. So I understand why men do it. It's ego more than anything. It's our ego to conquer women that we know are trash, but look good. That's why
Yeah.
when we get with them for a particular time, we move on to the next one until we eventually find the type of woman that we truly desire. Men who are highly productive men do not choose women who are out there on the platforms. They're likely to choose women like yourself that are reserved. High earning men, highly productive men want reserved women who are traditional, who are quiet. Because we could come home to that and know that there's no drama. What type of man that is so-called rich that want to have to worry about his wife or girl being all over social media shaking her ass in front of all different types of men? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you talk again, but this is what I say. A question was presented on YouTube yesterday, and it said, would you let your, it asked men, would they allow their girls to dance at a club on top of other men? And I said, yes. And this is why I say yes. I say yes because my wife is considered a woman. My concubine is considered a young woman. Hoes who are for the streets are considered girls. So that's why me as a man will allow the girls, the thirst trappers, to do anything they want. Because they're meaningless to me. They're good for a fun time, but after that fun time, I'm going back home to my wife. Understand me?
Yeah.
So you said you know some girls like this. Are these girls your friends?
No, I see them all over social media, and just some few that are my classmates that does that. So when I ask them, that's what they say.
So you're a churchgoer, right?
Huh?
Are you a churchgoer?
A church what?
Goer, meaning you go to church.
Yes, I do.
Okay, when somebody says churchgoer, that means someone who regularly goes to church. All right, I guarantee you, half the churchgoers that are in your congregation are doing the same thing on social media.
Huh?
I said, I guarantee you at least half the girls that are in your church are doing the same thing on social media.
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Thank you. They throw their bodies out for the world to see, then come to church on Sunday and say, God, can you send me a husband? Tell me where that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
But this is what's going on. And of course, these pastors are not going to check the behavior. They may say a word or two, but they ain't going to check the behavior because they ain't going to lose them ties. You dig me? So
Yeah.
I always say this. These pastors in the churches, they don't really care for y'all at all. Because if they would check y'all. They would check y'all to the point that if you walk in there and you're out there doing dumb stuff, you rather not even be here on a Sunday to hear what I got to say. But that's not the case, and that's another whole subject. But it remains that even in the church, the majority of women are for the streets. And we say this in America, but it's all over, everywhere. The majority of the younger generation are all for the streets. And like you said, they come in on Sundays and then say, God, send me a good man, send me a good husband. What is a scripture that says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? The same could be said
So,
about women. What does it gain a woman or I hate saying woman when I'm dealing with this. What does it
yeah.
profit a female to gain all the intention but yet lose her soul? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything you
Yes.
do, it takes a mentality. You have to, no matter what you do in this world, you have to have a certain mentality to do it. If you have a mentality to go out and work hard, you're going to reap the benefits of working hard. If you have the mentality to be strategic in life and create things to make yourself rich, you're going to be rewarded for that. You have to have that mentality to be ambitious. If you have the mentality to go out there and promote your body in front of the world, you're going to be rewarded for that too. But it's not going to be in a positive way. So you see, I was listening to another thing, I forget where it was at, Truth Unedited or whatever. It was talking about just like the days of Noah, that these days will be. Everybody will be eating and drinking and into themselves. And we're falling into that same category, that everybody take everything as a joke. But if you take today, this conversation today, and we look into the future 10 years ahead of time, 10 years from this day, everybody's who's out there doing what we're talking about today, the thirst trappers, I guarantee you they're going to have a life of misery. We've already seen it with the previous generation. Those who were the feminists who said, I don't need a man. I'm a strong, independent woman. 10 years ago, they were in their 30s. 20 years ago, they were in their 20s. Now they're in their 40s and can't find a man to save their life. Half of them are homeless today. You see, this doesn't get better. It gets worse. And the point of this conversation is for people to have better insight into what it is they're doing, because everything you do today affects you tomorrow. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I could fuck up for I could fuck up for the age of 20 to the age of 40 and still recover and make something out of myself and go out there and go get a good woman and build a family. I as a man can do that.
Yeah.
You as a female cannot. You as a female can't waste 10, 20 years of your life. Do you have a mother, right? Is she still alive?
Yeah. She is.
Is she still with your father?
Yes.
That generation of our parents knew how to do things. It wasn't all about all this falling in love and all this romantic fantasy Disney bookstores. It was about the realities of life. Your mother knew she needed to find a man so that she don't be out on the streets struggling for something to eat, right?
Yeah.
And she did that. And she's still with him. Thank God. But in today's generation, do you see your counterparts, the females out there that are your age, do you see them winding up just like your mother, or do you see that they're going to wind up being a very opposite of your mother, being unmarried and struggling in life?
Opposite. Definitely.
And what happens when the 20-year-old pretty girl who's strutting herself all over social media hits her 30s and everybody is paying attention to the new 20-year-olds? What happens with her?
She becomes old.
Huh?
Nobody pays attention to her anymore. She becomes old. Nobody pays attention to her anymore.
Exactly. And it's not just the fact that she spent her years doing this. Now she has a mentality that doesn't allow her to even cooperate with a man if she did find one.
Yeah.
That's why I say everything we do today is like telling us who we're going to be in the future. Men and women are different, as I said. With females, y'all got to understand the way y'all act today is even going to help or hurt y'all in the future. Men who are the type of men that most women seek to marry are not going to put up with it. And that's what's happening today, that a lot of ladies are figuring out that the reason they can't find a man because the type of men that they want will not put up with them. They'd rather go over here to the younger ones who ain't corrupted themselves already. How old are you, Miracle?
I'm 24.
You gotta speak up, Miracle. Why are you so soft-spoken?
I'm 24.
24?
Yeah.
When do you finish school?
I'm in my finals.
Hmm?
I'm in my finals, but we are currently on strike.
You're currently on strike.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Um, Government and the university, they are having some sort of
About funding?
problem. Yeah.
Don't let Tariq Nasheed hear that. He's going to go all out on that. It's the government. The government. It's the government. You know, they keep making fun of my Nigerian people, saying that they're running over here to the U.S. because they can't get it right over in Nigeria, which ain't the case. But I get it. People leave to go places that they could do better in. What I say is nothing wrong with leaving your country as long as you're going to come back and do something to make it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's better than wasting your whole life away and doing nothing with it. You want to be married?
Of course.
At what age would you like to be married?
27.
Wrong. Try again. What age would you like to be married?
27. I'm serious.
So you're
26,
gonna wait till
27.
almost 30 years old to look for a husband?
No. That is the age I would like to get married, but if it happens before then, I'll get married.
Do you have anybody in mind?
No, I'm single.
So why the age of 27? I'm curious.
I just feel like that's the perfect number. I don't know.
You must know. You don't want. You chose the date. You chose the year.
Let's just say I'm focusing on school, then focusing on my career first.
Here we go. Here we go with the modern women mentality. Here we go. Here we go. What age was your mom married?
17.
17. Now
Yeah.
you're talking about being married 10 years later than your mother.
Mhm.
Your mother got married at 17, still with her father. Through her marrying your father, they were able to send you to school, were they not?
Yes, of course.
They were able to provide for you. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 4.
4. Wow. Brothers, sisters?
Sisters and 1 boy. 4
The boy
girls,
is the
1 boy.
oldest or youngest?
Is the youngest. No, not youngest. Is the one that followed me.
He's
I'm the
younger than you?
eldest. Yes.
So they were able to provide for 4 children. But your mother didn't focus on her career now, did she?
Not really. She just focused on her business.
Huh?
No, she focused on her business, not her
They're
career.
focusing on, oh, what the hell? What did I just do? Did I look like I spit up something red? I don't know. Um, Damn, where you go?
My light just went off.
Lights off?
Yeah.
Only in Africa. All right. Don't worry about that. So your mother focused on her business. Her focus on her business didn't stop her from getting married, though, did it?
Huh?
Her focusing on her business didn't stop her from marriage now, did it?
No, not at all.
So why should schooling or your career stop you from seeking a husband right here and now?
No, it's not like I'm not seeking for a husband. I'm
You
just
said you're
saying,
not. You said you don't want to be married to the age of 27.
no, I said I feel that is the perfect number. But if somebody comes now, I'll definitely get married.
All right. But understand, if you're waiting for 27, what if that man sees you at 27? He says, okay, I like this sister, but I see someone who's just like her, but she's only 22. Which one should he choose? The 27-year-old you or the 22-year-old you?
Um, I think you should go for the 22-year-old me because
Exactly. So now
younger.
you're selling yourself short because you're putting yourself in a position to be having less chance to be chosen by the type of man that you desire. You know, men value youth. You know that.
Yeah.
The longer you go and wait to cross this threshold in your life, the harder it's going to be. It don't get easier with age for a woman. It gets harder. Men are the very opposite. It gets easier for a man as they get older to find a wife. It gets more difficult for a woman to find a husband as she ages. 27 is the oldest that a person should be married anyway. That's the very oldest, and that's pushing it. Because by 27, you got about, from 20 to 7, you got 7 years of you being to yourself, growing your mentality, your character, and everything else for yourself. Now, when you do meet a man, he has to try to mold that and undo these 7 years that you pretty much been your own leader, led yourself. Women are not qualified to lead themselves, believe it or not. Do you agree or disagree?
Partially. I partially agree.
Exactly. So I'm glad you do. Women, the longer you go with leading yourself, it's going to be that much more difficult for you to get along with a man who comes into play. Because now you have things that you like this way, you like that, you like this, that way, you like to go here, you see what I'm saying? You get all these things that you accumulated with yourself that you desire, and it might not be what he wants. So now you're always going to be clashing. That's why I say at the age of 22, it's a proper age for most women to get married. Because you're growing with your husband, whereas y'all two are learning each other, y'all growing together. And when you do that, y'all move in the same direction. But now someone got to come in with you at the age of 27, and more likely y'all going to be moving in opposite directions. This is why most marriages, when you get married later, they mostly end in a divorce. A lot of people don't even talk this when they talk about statistics. We see the divorce rates in each country. I'm not going to go through it now, but it's pretty high. It's the highest in America, UK, and it's growing in other countries. But one thing is not talked about. The majority of the divorces come when women get married at a later age. Those marriages don't tend to hold up well. That's why I say it's very important for you to rethink what you're thinking about waiting to 27 and get on the ball now and think to yourself, I know I want to continue my school. I want to graduate. I want to, what are you taking up? Let me guess, biotech?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Theater and film studies.
What is it?
Theater and film studies.
I can't hear you.
Theater and film studies.
Oh, theater and film stories. Oh, wow. That's cool. Theater and film stories.
Huh?
You said theater, like filming, like film production.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's congratulations. That's pretty damn good. And you're almost to your graduation. So I applaud that. I think that is an excellent industry for someone in West Africa to get into, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because of Nollywood is moving so much faster than it did in the previous decades. You see them linking with Netflix, Prime Videos, and now you have all these other movie apps coming out of the woodworks. So as Nollywood continue to produce, there's going to be more production companies that come out of West Africa that link up with all these movie apps that we have, from the Tubies to the Hulus and all that. Film production is going to be in high demand in West Africa over these next 10 years. So that is an excellent choice, and I would say stick with it.
Thank you.
But at the same time, don't let that get in the way for you looking for your husband. When you in church, do you also sit there and pray with the other parishioners, and y'all be in prayer, y'all being even though I hate this, but I know y'all do it. That so-called talking in tongues and all that crazy nonsense. But whatever. Are y'all sitting up there praying for God to send y'all a husband?
No, I've never done that.
So you don't pray for God to send you a husband?
No, I don't pray for God to send me a husband. No.
All right. Well, that's good. And I'm gonna tell you why. But the majority of those that are in them churches that we talked about, they do that. Remember we talked?
Yeah.
What I would say to this and to anybody listening, it's not about praying to God for a husband. Women should be praying for God to make them a wife, a qualified wife. You get the difference.
Yeah.
You could pray for a husband all day. Doesn't mean it's going to be worth anything. Could send you any type of man. Sometimes when we ask God for things, and the worst thing he could do is give it to us. Because a lot of times we don't know what it is that we're really asking. And other times we're asking for things that we're not ready for or qualified for. I would say this to all younger women your age. Your focus when in prayer and on your faith and your morals should be learning yourself and expressing yourself in a way that shows that you're a qualified traditional wife. Even if you want to go the modern route and get your career, I don't have anything against that. Don't let that allow you to lose sight that your focus, one of your primary focus should be to make sure that I am a qualified wife. And that's what you pray to God. Because when you pray to God to make you into a wife that's qualified, then he will bring you a man that can be what you need in life. Not all roses and chocolate candies every day. It's not realistic. But he'll bring you a husband that you need. Don't think about what you want. Let God. Damn, what is this? My bad. Let God give you what you need. And this is the way that it goes. A lot of ladies will say, oh, I want this type of man, I want that type of man. A lot of the men that y'all want are not good for y'all. We men do it too. I've been through it. A lot of the females that we desire are not good fits for us. That's why I say it's best if you do what we just said. Ask God to make you into a qualified wife and give you the type of man that you need. Not desire, but the type of man that you need. Once you get the type of man that you need, it'll shock the mess out of you. And the reason why I say it will shock the mess out of you is because it will be a man that is so unsuspecting. Next thing you know, you're head over heels in love with a person that you thought you never, would consider being with. 10 years later, y'all got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and living a good, prosperous life. That's how it happens. When you see these people, even in your country, when you see people who are husband and wife and they're walking with their children, a lot of times, whether it's man or woman, one looks primarily better than the other. You get what I'm saying? One is
Yeah.
more beautiful than the other because they realize that they got somebody that they need in life rather than what they desire through the physical or through the made up fantasy social media version of it. You hear me?
Yes.
I see you all laid up, so at least it look like you're paying attention. So, Miracle, how many children would you want?
Huh?
If you got married, how
What?
many children would you want? Children.
Two?
Just two? From an
Yes.
African?
A boy and a girl.
Damn, that's it. All right. Most want 4 or 5. All right. Mm, being that you want to get into the film, we already talked about that. That's going to be a lucrative, um, demanding, how should I say, venture that's going to be open for a lot of people who take that up. With that said, if I ask you what type of man that do you desire right now, what would you tell me? If you had your choice of a man that you feel like you're going to marry, or the man that you're going to marry is going to be what in your mind?
Okay. I feel the type of man I would love to marry is someone that is financially stable, a man that can take care of his family, a man that is focused and can lead the home very well.
Any height requirements?
6 feet.
6 feet. The
Yeah,
majority of men are in the world are not six. I'm 6 foot, but the majority of men in the world are 5'7".
yeah. I was just joking.
So what 5'7" will do, right?
Or maybe even 5'5".
How tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
I'm not tall. I'm very short. I don't really know my height.
Nobody knows their height in my motherland. All right, if you're short, let's say 5'3", 5'4", something like that.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh? Last time you weighed?
Huh?
How much do you weigh? Your weight?
74.
Huh?
74.
74 kg?
Yep. Mhm.
All right. So you got a little weight. You're about a buck 60, 5'4", 160.
Yeah.
Why are you 160 and only 5'4" and only 24 years old?
Huh?
Why are you 160 or 74 kg at the age of 24 years old?
My weight. This is not my permanent weight.
Hmm?
Sometimes I add, sometimes. This is not my permanent weight. Sometimes I add, sometimes I just.
Yeah. What's your permanent weight? I mean, it
Sometimes
can't be that much of a difference.
huh?
How big of a difference is your regular weight?
Mm, my regular weight used to be 54. I added a lot.
That's a big difference. 54. That's 120. You
Yeah.
jump from. That's a difference of 40 pounds in U.S. That's a big difference for a woman. You're gonna at your 64. You're gonna have to get to 64 kg. You understand?
Yeah.
If you're going to be ready and qualified for a man who's going to come along in the next year or two and then marry at the age that you said, you can't go out there looking for him at 74 kg.
No, I plan on losing weight.
You
Like
can't
I
plan on. That's
said,
something you got to do.
yes. Yes, definitely.
And you want to have two children, and that's going to put on pounds. So now you're looking at after your two children, you're going to be like 80 kg plus because your body is already normalized putting on weight. So in actuality, I don't think you're going to get back to 54. I think
I
if you could get
can.
down to 60 before you have children and meet your husband, that's your targeted weight. Men care about these things. You know that, right?
Yep.
All right. Knowing this, you have to put, now it's up to you to put yourself in a position to be chosen by the type of man that you want, which is not, no big thing. You said you just want a man. You're not looking for no knockout, drop dead, gorgeous, pretty boy. You just want an actual man, a decent man who's a manly man who is a provider.
Yeah.
And a 6 feet tall, yeah, I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. But
Mm,
yeah, so braces. This is what I'm gonna tell you. I want you over the course of the next 6 months to get down to 60 kg. That's 132 pounds at what height you might be, which is 5'4". So your target is 60 kg, and you need to remain that until you're ready to have children. You understand?
yeah.
All right. Lastly, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give yourself as far as looks? All right. Did we lose her? All right. Look like she got network issues. We was just getting to the end of it right there, people. All right. I was going to say this earlier. All right. Let me go back on this. I'm up here looking up her weight. But yeah, ladies, understand when you go looking for when you're ready to present yourself to be chosen by a man who's going to look at you for marriage, for something serious relationships, you have to be at your all-time best. You have to make sure that you're in the right shape that fits you, fits your face, fits your body type. You have to make sure that you're wearing the best type of natural hairstyle that you could possibly wear. Clothing, nice clothing doesn't hurt either. When I mean nice, I mean traditional clothing, but have it be like, that modern, that casual effect. So there's some of the things that y'all ladies need to know when y'all really think that y'all ready or qualified to be a wife to a husband. And like I said to her earlier, don't go out, don't be in these churches praying for God to send y'all no husband. Y'all wasting y'all time. He ain't sending you nothing that you're gonna need, because that doesn't get it. In order to find a good man, you have to make yourself ready. When you make yourself ready and you become a wife, you have to become a wife before finding a husband. You don't find a husband and then say, oh, well, now I'm going to learn how to be a wife. No, you have to already be qualified by knowing that you are a wife, whether it's through the way that you serve your dad, your brothers, your uncles, whatever it may be. You have to already be qualified, meaning that you're already doing the wifely duties at home. And you were brought up that way. If you weren't brought up, then you need to get to learning it now. Because most men are not going to put up with you having to learn on the job. When you got to learn on the job, that's called entry level. People who come into a job without previous skills that they had to learn over the course of years, they're called entry level positions. And entry level positions get low pay. They get the lowest of the lowest, minimum wage. So if you're going to go into the marketplace looking for a man with entry level skills, then that's what you're going to receive in return. A man who's entry level product. Men who are the type of men that a lot of you ladies look for are not going to put up with that entry level nonsense. They just not. Like I said, those who give in to the thirst trappers, yeah, you could depend on them, but they ain't going to be what you want. One thing you have to notice, and you get this from the Sierra Russell Wilson, but you get this through a lot of other examples too. The thirst trappers, when they do get men, they're never satisfied with these type of men, because the type of men they desire don't desire them. Not in the way that they want. They don't desire them for nothing serious. It's only a spontaneous fun night or fun week or some fun months. That's it. So thirst trappers, yes, you will get the attention of men, but you will never get a man who will be satisfying to you. That you could look to that man and wake up next to him every morning like, damn, God, thank you for giving me this man and putting this man in my life. You will never get that type of man. You would continually get men who are unsatisfactory in your eyes. And you will try over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then find your age at the age of 40 and 50 years old that you ran out of options completely. So yes, everything that we do today affects the tomorrow. So that's just what it is. Oh, here it is. They actually have a Urban Dictionary meaning to this. Let me see what they said. Thirst trap, Urban Dictionary. It says a sexy photograph. Now this is the Urban Dictionary, so pay attention. A sexy photograph or flirty message posted on social media for the intent of causing others to publicly profess their attraction. That first part. So people who send sexy photos on social media to have strange men profess their attraction. That's the like button or the love button. This is done not to actually respond or satisfy any of this attraction, but to feed the poster's ego or need for attention at the expense of time, reputation, and sexual frustration of those who view the image or reply. God damn. They got it right. They got it right. Listen to that part again. This is done not to actually respond. So they don't put up these messages with the intent to respond to those who profess their attraction or satisfy, meaning they don't intend to have sex with any of these people who are posting these replies or hitting the like button, but to feed the poster's ego, but because they have low self-esteem, low confidence of themselves. So in order to feed their ego or need for attention at the expense of time is money. Instead of doing something productive that will lead to success in life, at the expense of time, reputation. These pics are going to be on the internet for all of eternity. They will forever remain for as long as this world that we live in remain. So everybody will see it. Whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or 70 years old, this is going to be who you are to the remaining world. And sexual frustration of those who view the image or reply. So those who are out here liking all these photos, all they're growing in is sexual frustration, infatuation with a picture. And then they come up with these thoughts in their minds of what these people on the other side who are in these pictures that might be like. This is where you get the stalkers. They make up in their own mind that this is the type of woman that I want because she thinks just like this. She's truly like this. No matter how delusional it is, but that's what happens. So nothing negative comes out of any of this. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. And let's see the Urban Dictionary, she belongs to the streets. The Urban Dictionary states, she belongs to the streets. Underhand way of saying she is a hoe that participates in hoe activities that involve hoeing herself around like a hoe. Even if she ain't a hoe, she has hoe-like activities. Twerking on top of cars at a gas station, hoe-like activities. Twerking overseas at a banquet, a lot of people from different backgrounds watching, hoe activities. So even if she's not out there sleeping around, her hoish activities shows that she's still for the streets. Because in actuality, it's only a matter of time that she's fully returned to her home place. It's only a matter of time before she returns to her original home, back to the streets. From the streets you came, and to the streets you will return. All right, guys. This has been a real one. Oh, let me see. All right, let's see. We'll try to do this as long as this one is not. All right, let's see what he got to say. Good evening.
Good evening.
Who's calling?
Well, my name is Chidera from
Who?
Nigeria. Chidera from Nigeria.
Chidera.
Yes.
What you got on the subject that we're talking about?
I just joined, so you would have to rephrase the subject.
Oh, you just joined.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that. You had to be watching. We got another subject, so let me see. All right. This your first time watching the show?
Not really. Just my second time.
All right, come back on Monday. Can you do that for me?
All right.
All right, so come back on Monday. I'm gonna post early in the morning on Monday what time the show gonna be, and I'll get you on. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys. The baby crying, so I gotta go. But anyway, hope this was a good show. Hope you guys loved it. Thank you for our guest that came on, Miracle, today. Chidera, glad you've been watching the show. Thank you for calling in, but I'll definitely get you back on here. And we're going to come up with a new subject, which is probably good for you. But so I'm just joking with you. But all right, guys, listen. Make sure you continue to not just watch, but follow, share it with a friend, family member, brother, sister, or your fellow students or your fellow co-workers. Doesn't matter. Make sure you share it on your Facebook, your Instagram here, whatever you want. Just make sure you share it. Share it. Your Twitter, whatever. And also, if you guys want to hook up with me on Twitter Space, I'm at Marion Ghana. So just punch in Marion Ghana, and we link up there on Twitter. All right, guys, it's been a real one. I gotta go. Sorry to cut it short, but we got at least the 45 minutes or an hour in, and we'll move on from here. Keep growing, and we got a lot of stuff to tell you about. I got some things to tell you about. All right, guys. Until Monday night, maybe tomorrow night. If you guys wanna do a show tomorrow night, under this video, make sure you share a comment if you're going to be around, and we could do a video tomorrow evening.